got something real important to give you, so just sit down and listen to a new episode of How Do We Human, the podcast where we talk about all the weird and uncomfortable micro moments in life. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Binning.
I'm your co-host, Evan.
And today we're going to be talking about packages.
I am your Evan Cox.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got a lot of package-related stories. But before we get into that, I got to ask Evan for a story about how he's doing.
Well, it's a big moment because it finally happened.
Whoa.
I was telling you before we started recording, like, I've not been doing shit this long weekend.
Yeah.
I don't have new stories, so we get to dig into my stories that have been built up.
Yes!
And they're probably going to be a bit of a letdown.
Of course.
But I'm excited to tell one. In fact, I had two stories. Whoa. And this might be a risk, but the second one's, I might be able to just tell it in the episode. It's related to packages.
Nice.
It's related to packages. So, this story, this first story, I'm just going to take over the episode.
Great.
My second story. I went once again to a concert. And I believe maybe the last time I told a story about going to a concert, it was this same band, pre-pandemic.
Okay.
I went to see Deaf Heaven, metal band. They kind of, the genre term for it's like shoegazy, but they kind of get, kind of weird, like ethereal and woo. So that'll come in later. I love this band. I was excited to go see them. And at one point, my girlfriend was maybe going to join me. She's not into metal at all. So that, who knows what would have happened. But I'm like, hey, I'm down. Let's see what happens.
Prefers plastic?
What's that?
She's not into metal. She prefers plastic.
Yes. She's using toxic plastics on beaches. Oh, fuck me. Brain breakdown. This episode's starting off well.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
I reached out to a buddy of mine who is a fan of that band. And he was like, maybe, but then all the tickets sold out. And I had only bought a ticket for myself because I was like, I'll wait. And then if Jocelyn wants to go, I'll grab a ticket for her. I didn't expect it to sell out. So now I look like a douchebag. But whatever. I guess I'm going alone. That can be fun. It can not be fun. It's like anything you go alone to. I generally don't mind it, but when it's you're surrounded by people, sometimes it does feel weird. Just be by yourself. Yeah. So I had the thought, this is how the story goes back. Remember me talking about my sixth sense as I was buying marijuana?
Uh-huh.
Same day. So now I'm like, I'm going to be there by myself. They're going to get kind of ethereal and loosey-goosey with it. Do some jams. I might take a little weed gummy with me. Pop one at the start of the show. That might be a fun time. This sounds like a great plan, Evan. Let's do it. High five. We do. We get there. I go to the back. There's two other bands playing before them. I'm listening to them, but I'm waiting. I'm like, I don't want to, because I've had it happen before. I took it too early at a Primus show, and then I was listening to Primus totally straight. That's not what you're looking for. So they come out, start playing. I take the gummy. Fast forward to the next day, I find out that this gummy, without looking at it, because remember, it was a special deal. Get two with this one. So I just grabbed two. The one I grabbed that I took one of, twice as potent as what I normally will take. Fantastic for a public place where I'm by myself, otherwise surrounded by like 200, 300 people. So I didn't know that. Suddenly I'm fucking flying. I am gone in a bad way. And I'm like getting self-conscious. The singer's face is like warping into different celebrities' faces.
Who are the celebrities?
There was Tom Cruise for sure. Tom Cruise,
Okay.
Jason Segel. I can't remember who else was there.
They gotta do a movie together.
I would love that. That would be great. Let's get on it. So all of this is going, that's the level of like, that's not how I do this. I don't get high very often, but when I do, it's Dos Equis. When I do, it's the amount I'm used to taking, and it just kind of makes me feel nice. Not this psychedelia chaos. So I, like we do always, we talked about it in the improv classes, I went to the back left corner. This is my space. This is my comfort space. And that lets me lean against a wall because I'm old and I don't like standing up for like 2 hours straight. So I'm leaning against a wall, and to my right, there's like a window. It looks like, because it's an old building. It's the lodge room in Highland Park, I believe. Yeah. And it's got a window as if it were like you could buy refreshments there. There's a bar in the center, so that's not what it's for, but it looks like it's an old building where that used to be where you would line up at a dance or something and get a sody pop.
Okay.
No problem with this, right? The lights go down, the show starts, the faces start changing. And in the middle of me being like higher than I've been since I was like 16 years old, the window opens and someone turns on the light, and it's just someone back there cleaning. And so I'm in the back left corner. I'm legally blind in my left eye. This is the bulk of what I can see now. I'm super fucking high, and I'm just watching this lady clean the room. And it's like bright lights, so it like looks like daylight all of a sudden, which like breaks the bond of a concert. So I'm just like, she's putting like a coffee pot on the shelf and puts a different thing on the shelf. Just all these little appliances, just wiping down the counter. And it was like, I forgot the window was there. The wall just like opened up and someone started cleaning. And I'm not sure if this story would at all translate. It's one of those like, I was high and no one else will get it.
Yeah.
But to me, this was the funniest fucking thing that had ever happened. And I started losing my mind, and I was high until the next day. I continued being high after I woke up. I'm like, now I don't know what to do with those gummies. Except to go back to the lodge room.
Save them for Halloween and give them out to children.
Hey, I love this idea. I'm gonna sneak one in your doghouse. See what happens. Whoa, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good time at a horrible, horrible fucking time. Look at the amount of THC you're purchasing next time you go to the pot store, little kitties. But Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, I currently don't know how you're doing. We always get on like 20 minutes early. We chat back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
Now I might ask, like, how's it going? But that doesn't tell me how you doing.
I'm doing all right. You mentioned that you didn't have any new stories for this episode,
This
and
is correct.
I don't really either. I mean, I have a lot of stories, but they're all package related, which is why we're doing a package episode.
You did text me, just, I have a lot of package related stories. And I said, sure.
I did, however, want to continue the trend of is this the 200s trend where there's a
Maybe.
quiz every episode? Because Of course, episode 200, we took an extremely long quiz.
Longer than anyone knew.
Then we, in the last episode, took a 10-minute president's quiz. This is
Correct.
a simple quiz, but it was that game, the mobile game that I play, King's Choice. They are very interested in pushing more content out to the players.
Well, that's nice.
That does not improve the game and gives us 0 new features.
Great.
But it is like, check out our live stream, check out our blog posts.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, these are not the things that we want. But
no.
For Valentine's Day, they put out a little quiz that was like, here's this is a 1-question quiz, essentially.
Whoa.
With 2 parts. So it's we might as well call it a 2-question quiz.
Great.
But it's to help see what you are and are not looking for in a partner.
Damn.
I believe romantically is the reason it was pushed on Valentine's Day. But I figured that you and I would take this simple quiz.
Yeah.
And see what results we get and how accurate it may or may not be.
Fantastic.
So, Evan,
yes.
Here is the question.
Great.
2 animals come to your door. One brings good news and the other bad news. By instinct, which of the following animals brings you the good news and which one brings you the bad news?
Okay, so first off, before you list them, I did have answers.
Great.
And I'm curious if my answers were any of the... Because as soon as you said good news, an image popped in my head. Bad news, an image popped in my head. Good news came from a panda. Bad news came from a giraffe.
Okay, neither of those animals
Damn shame.
are
All right.
your options.
I'll
I'm going to
get
give
my
you 5
instincts
animals.
opened.
5 animals. One gives you good news. One gives you bad news.
I'm
First
ready.
thought, best thought. Okay?
Ready.
Your options are lion, turtle, sheep, dog, and parrot.
Fuck. Fuck, man. I'm still high. It's so hard. Because when you just have them read out, you hear the first one and you're like, okay, that's something. And then you hear the other ones and I'm like, well, now I don't know it. So okay, let me see if I can say it was lion, turtle, sheep?
Yep.
Am I missing any so far?
No.
Lion, turtle, sheep, dog, and a parrot? Was that it?
Yes, those are the 5 animals.
Because, I wanted to say, like, good news, lion, bad news, turtle, because they were the first 2. My instincts might have been too open. Past that, like, looking at it as a group, I went good news, dog, but bad news, still turtle.
Okay. I also chose good news for dog.
Yeah, good news.
Good news for dog. So the dog apparently symbolizes loyalty and devotion. If this is the animal you chose as the bringer of good news, that means the ideal type that you most look forward to meeting is someone who trusts and gives to you unconditionally. You want to be able to count on the support of your other half, which will make you feel very reassured.
Hell yeah.
And then the turtle symbolizes diligence and patience. If that's what you selected as the bringer of bad news, the other half you dread meeting the most is someone who looks too serious and doesn't smile much. Someone who is solemn and emotionless under all circumstances can make you feel that they are inaccessible.
Okay. That is not who I'm dating. So fantastic. That sounds fair.
I saw the bad news from the parrot, which symbolizes talkativeness and vitality. If it's a bringer of bad news, you don't like a partner who is too loud or nags too much. If your other half lives sloppily and isn't very hardworking, that's a deal breaker for you.
I love on a quiz like this where it's just worded as like if it were a positive thing, but they're like, your bad idea of a partner is too loyal and too nice. It's like, okay, I guess this is bad now. Like, what happens if what does that mean if the dog's bringing you bad news?
If the dog is bringing you bad news, that means the last thing you want in a partner is a people pleaser. If your significant other is weak and unconfident, you will feel that it is a misfortune in your love life.
Hey, this sounded like me. The weak, unconfident one. Shit, now I need to know what Jocelyn's answers would be. Or I just need to not take this quiz too seriously.
Yeah, I think that might be.
Well, I want them to open the gates. Open up the gates. Let me answer panda and giraffe. And tell me something about myself.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a dumb little
fun.
quiz.
I liked it.
That we could take.
I love it. All about a little 1 to 2 question quiz.
Are you all about packages as well?
I am. Having recently come into some money that I don't have anymore. I went through a small period of receiving a shit ton of packages, which was very fun. It's always exciting to get a package, especially when you're buying so much shit you don't even know what's coming.
Yeah.
Blast. Love it. I have my qualms, but we'll get to those. How do you feel about packages?
I do like to receive packages. It's exciting. It's like a little present. Even if I'm the one who bought it, it's like a little gift.
It's no different than putting something on a wish list and someone buying it for you for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, you just wrote the thing down and then a stranger brought it for you.
Exactly.
It's the best.
I will say that around Christmas time, something that I did not enjoy when receiving a package, I received 2 very heavy packages. I was like, I don't remember ordering anything like this.
Yeah.
Nothing. I didn't have any of those shipping notifications that are like, your package is out for delivery.
I think I've seen this porn.
And I was like, well, maybe my fiance ordered stuff and then had it sent here. And so I go out, I look at the packages, and the label is for a different person. But the address is our address.
Shit.
And there's, the delivery person isn't there anymore, so I can't be like, actually, no, send these back. But it's a unique first name, at least. I don't need to dox the person, but it's a first name that I've never seen before.
Was it Al Franken's grandson?
That's right. And so I just, out of curiosity to see, you had told this story many episodes ago about how you found a credit card or a debit card on the ground. And you tracked them down through Facebook or something. I was like, well, maybe I'll do that. Yeah. So I searched this person's name, and it brings up that person's name, and it brings up an address.
Oh,
the same numbers of the address. Same city, but different street name. Ouch. And they're 2 blocks to the south.
All right.
Y'all. And I mean, I didn't ring the doorbell or anything. We just kind of dropped them in their lawn. It's your problem now, fuckers. Better hope this person still lives there, because the address that's on the box is mine still. So don't bring them back here if they don't live there.
Yeah, they will have an easy way to find you.
Yeah. Those packages never got returned to us.
Okay.
So that person must live there, but just a couple days ago, mail arrived in the mailbox for that same fucking person who did not learn their lesson and changed the address to their correct location.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
So I had this happen recently when I was ordering all those packages. Something came in. Jocelyn was here. Just like it was in one of those Amazon envelopes, like a padded envelope.
Uh-huh.
I just tore it open and took it out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then looked at the package and was like, shit, not for me. Same building, different number. Or no, it was a different building, same number. But the delivery person was still there. So I had to run out, but I felt shitty because I'm like, I fucked up. I opened this. You fucked up first. And then I fucked up and blindly opened this package. And he was like, no big deal. And in my mind, I'm like, isn't it though? I thought it was illegal. You can't open someone else's mail.
Right. You're not going to arrest me, Mr. Mailman?
Yeah. Citizen's arrest. As far as I know, like, I've never done it with a package. But I get, as will happen in apartment buildings semi-frequently, people won't forward their mail or they'll forget certain types of things forwarded. My mailbox will just get, it used to be worse. Now it's just every now and then I'll get one or two things from a person that I've never met that doesn't live there anymore. But it used to just like fill my mailbox. I looked it up and like what the post office wants you to do, which I hate doing. It makes me feel weird, is to whatever's wrong, circle it with a pen, draw a little line, and then write, this wrong. So, like, the name, and then write, this person does not live here, or whatever. Yeah. There's a specific way they want you to write on it. But if that happens again, I'm sure you could do that, and then they would take that step to stop giving you them at least, and it would put the onus on the other person to get their shit together and figure out where they live.
Yeah, I definitely get a lot of mail that is for other people who used to live there in the past or something.
Yeah.
Like even when I lived at my previous apartment, and I lived there for 6 years and was still getting mail from previous tenants
easily.
And then recently here got somebody's W-2 in the mail.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like you let it go for a long time because it's bills and whatnot, and then it's like you get someone's court order, So you're like, I'm pretty sure they actually need this mail. Fuck. That's when I looked that up and just started sending everything back, and it's worked. I get significantly less mail for strangers than I used to.
It's just a hassle.
It is. It sucks. I don't like writing on other people's mail. I respect other people's mail.
Yeah.
And you know what I think a big part of it is, though? I have terrible handwriting.
Mm-hmm.
I have god-awful handwriting. Envelopes are small and covered in words already. So I've just got this weird, like, hexagonal, whatever shape that it's like, okay, I can fit my words here. I'm just not good. It just looks like a child wrote it. I should start doing it in crayon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I'm lacking in crayons. I haven't used a crayon. I don't even know the last time I used a crayon. You?
That's a good question. I can't think of when that would have been. I also pronounce it crayon.
You monster. What did I say? Crayon? I think that's the Washington thing. Bags. Crayons.
Speaking of bags,
yes.
When I was at the grocery store last week, they've got uh, that one little like stand at Ralph's that's got like hot foods like rotisserie chickens,
Yeah.
or they've had ribs there a couple times.
Oh,
Um,
I wouldn't trust those.
I've had the ribs, and the first time I got them, they were great.
Yeah.
And the second time I got them, they were disgusting.
I
So,
hate that experience so much.
yeah.
And again, that was what happened with me in Doghouse, except it was like the first 6 times I had them. They were great. Then you have one bad experience and you're like, should I keep going back? Is this a trend? Or
Right.
which one was the norm? You know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
But they had last week they had fish sandwiches, which were
Okay.
individually packaged in like little paper bags, you know, the
I
the
think
little
I've seen them
sleeves
do
where they
that
like fold
before.
them over and put the
Little
sticker on to
foil
seal it.
on the inside. Keep it warm.
Well, that's the thing, Evan.
Uh-oh.
I bought one and went home, and I was like, it's not as warm as it was when I grabbed it off the heater. Surprise,
This makes
surprise.
sense.
But you know, it's just a little paper bag. Let me toss it in the microwave for a second.
Yeah.
I put it in there, and it's in there for less than 5 seconds. And you just start hearing the like sizzling and burning sounds.
Oh no.
And so I opened it, and you know, the sandwich itself wasn't really too affected, but the bag is like seared across in a couple
makes sense.
spots. But like, don't package in what looks like a paper bag if there's foil inside.
That is interesting. Like I think just because I've gotten not fish sandwiches but other sandwiches from places like that, like that's what I would be expecting. But you're right that other than sandwich, maybe it's just to keep the bread a certain way. Other than sandwiches, yeah, it'll just be a paper bag. Like if I get my usual youngin' junk food chaos, Crispitos and pizza sticks and shit, those just come in paper bags. But wow, I'm impressed. You are able to like I would eat that in the car ASAP.
I thought about it,
I
but
can't. I
even
can't
by the
hold
time I
on
got
to
to the
food.
car, maybe it's just like it was cold outside
Yeah.
that day, and I was like, well, it's not as warm as it was. It should have been the last thing I put in my cart, but it wasn't. It was like
Yeah.
in the middle of shopping.
Not that we need to talk any more about grocery stores than we already do, but like that didn't occur to me for a long time where it's like, oh, I'm gonna get some salmon or something, and that'll be like the first thing I grab because I'm like, let me now plan a meal around it. And then every now and then I'll bring the salmon home and it's bad. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I walked around the store for half an hour and then drove home. And it was hot in my car. And yeah, now it's not good salmon.
I'm pretty good about getting frozen foods last.
Okay.
But and I like almost never buy anything hot from the grocery store. So
Yeah.
that's not been an issue before. But I guess when I got the ribs, at least the first time I got them last, because I was trying to decide if I really wanted them or not. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's I did take one bite of that fish sandwich and was like, this is kind of gross. So it wasn't even worth it.
That's a tough one. Just fish
Yeah.
sandwiches in general. I love fish and I love the idea of a fish sandwich. I love a chicken sandwich. I don't like tartar sauce. And it's always going to have tartar sauce on it. I'm like, eh. And if it's not tartar sauce, it's pickles. Like,
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
need this shit. Just give me bread and fish. That is a package. Fish inside of bread. I know you've got a lot of stories.
I mean, we're moving through them pretty quick. I really have like one more.
Oh, fantastic. I just got a few things to talk about. The way things are packaged. The big obvious one, people have joked about it plenty before, is I call them like Costco packages. Anything that's like Like the joke is, scissors, and the scissors are in the package. Oh, I need scissors to undo the package. Beep, bop, bop, bop,
Right.
boop. But no, seriously, like,
Yeah.
the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, anytime I buy, like, if it's just me, I'll get that whatever the fuck I bought. I'll bring it home and I'll use some scissors or a knife to get it open. But if I'm with other people and someone else has to see me work my way through a like hyper thick plastic encasement,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yes.
I hate it.
Yeah, a lot of like razors, like electric razors come in those like
Yes.
super frustrating to open packages as well.
Anything with
Electric
anything like
toothbrushes.
coming close to a point.
Yeah.
Or stuff with batteries.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's
Even with
frustrating.
scissors, like the scissors struggle against how thick that plastic is.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just frustrating.
I would like to know what the intention is. Like, what's the intended way to open this?
Yeah.
You know?
Because
like other types of
too.
the thinner plastic will have like dots with scissors next to them.
Sure.
Or cardboard might do the same. But there's never like a recommendation. How the fuck do I get in here?
Right.
Put a padlock on it and then give me the code. Text me the code. I don't know. I don't like it. And I don't know. It's bad news. Bad news bears.
Speaking of Costco, this segues very nicely. This is going to be something with a visual aid. So apologies to all of our listeners. You'll get kind of what it is anyway.
You should be co-host on the podcast. Then you would be able to see it instead of just a lame listener. Cool like us.
I bought these at Costco. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's from the
Costco's,
brand Unreal. Have you heard of Unreal?
Unreal sounds familiar.
Food. So this is a dark chocolate coconut bar, essentially an Almond Joy, but without the almonds inside. Just chocolate coating around coconut filling. And it, because it came from Costco, it's a package of like 75 of these bars or whatever insane amount. And I grabbed one yesterday, and so they come in. It looks like this.
Okay,
right?
that looks familiar.
Now you can see, that the sides have not been opened in any way.
Oh, I feel like I'm about to see a magic trick.
But there's nothing inside. It is
love
just
that
packaged air.
Oh, it's unreal.
There's no chocolate bar in here. This was so frustrating.
Oh, that's amazing. I love shit like that.
Unreal.
That is literally unreal because there's nothing in it. I love a good packaging like fuck up like that. Where you're like, how'd this get through everybody and make it in the box? Answer: there is nobody. It's all robots. Beep bop boop. Robots are dumb.
A great robot impression.
Beep bop boop. Semi-related, not to packaging as much as to that specific packaging, because I don't know what Unreal is. Is it like it looks like the same type of packaging that's like there's less sugar in it, but it's still candy.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like that.
I don't know if I have the package anymore, so I can't confirm, but it's one of those, they're all over the place now. It literally might be the same company because the package looks similar, where it's like Swedish fish, but there's like 1 gram of sugar in them. I think they call them Little Swimmers, which doesn't sound good.
An awful name for that.
But they had ones that were like watermelon Sour Patch Kids, which I think we both agree are the best. I love me a watermelon Sour Patch Kid. And so I'm like, hey, I've never tried any of these like light sugar candies. Their slogan on there is like kick sugar, not candy. I'm like, I love that idea.
Right.
And I bought them, and I am not exaggerating. They were awful. They were so fucking gross. And I ate them all because of that 1 or 2 grams of sugar that were barely there. It was barely a little bit sweet. And otherwise, it was like awful texture, super sour, just like unbearable.
Yeah.
So I'll throw that in the category of misleading packaging. Not that they should say these are bad on them, but if it were packaged in a different way that made it like clearly like you know, I've said this before. I think when I was working at Walgreens, I noticed the way companies package shit, and it's often they'll own 2 versions of the same product, one packaged red, one packaged blue. But if something's healthy, it's going to be packaged in green or brown. And this was packaged purple and cool looking. If it were packaged green or brown, I'd have been fine with it. This was packaged in purple, known to be one of the most delicious colors. And it tasted like hot garbage. I don't like being misled by packaging. That's how I tied it back around to packaging.
I love it.
Thank you.
Sticking with candy briefly and then using it as a segue here.
Fantastic.
You know, you and I have talked about how much we love the package of M&Ms that has the 3 different M&Ms in one package, so you can just get a handful of regular M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah.
Sticking with that idea of combining things into one package.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to buy more body wash.
I was going to say something, but you figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, you can smell through the Zoom. That's how pungent I was.
Just wavy stink lines coming off of you.
Yeah, I kept complaining that my camera looked blurry. And like, it's not the camera.
Right. Yeah. I edited them out.
That's right. That's why the whole podcast is not videos, because it takes forever to edit out the wavy stink lines off of me.
It'd be awful. Chris doesn't stink. We're joking. He smells great.
We're joking. But when I went to go buy body wash, it's like exclusively at the first store I went to. It's like, you can't just buy body wash, sir. You have to get the men's body wash 3-in-1 with shampoo and conditioner. All one liquid to wash your whole body. I don't care for that. I don't know. I don't know why necessarily, but I feel like they should be separate products.
I was just always like, I don't know, maybe like I grew up with a lot of women. There was conditioner galore in the house. And it's kind of funny looking back, because I had long hair in my teen years, but like I was always kind of told like the conditioner's not for you. Conditioner does a specific thing, and now I know I probably could have used.
You're only supposed to use it on one condition.
Ooh,
that condition being if you have lady hair.
Yeah, lady hair. No, I think it just like makes your hair softer. It conditions your hair. Anyways,
I want soft hair.
I know. I don't have any though. And so, all I'm saying is, I was kind of brought up to feel like, well, conditioner. I shouldn't use conditioner. That's gonna fuck my hair up. Little did I know. Ain't got no hair to fuck up.
Yeah. Do you think that if you and I had used conditioner,
yes.
Okay, great. Because I also grew up under the same belief of like, conditioner is not for you.
No.
But I do feel like still, and maybe it's because it's like only men's products have them combined, that it seems like it's still wrong.
Yes.
And I know that a lot of women look down on the men who use the 3-in-1. So
Sure.
perhaps that's also part of why I don't like it, but I just don't understand.
Yeah. Because it's
How much
also not.
time are you trying to save in the shower where you're like,
Oh,
this
you're
would be
right.
so much easier if I didn't have to reach for a second bottle.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. it's a weird thing, but whatever fucking sells. That's the other. Not that we're doing an episode on conditioner, but the other thing I'm pretty sure about it is like you're not supposed to use it every day. Like a conditioner, you're supposed to use it like I don't know, a few times a week. But if it's combined in there, like, what am I doing? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about all these things. I don't fucking know.
Well, this gets into a tricky situation that I think we've talked a little bit about before,
Elevators.
where people are in different camps of how often you should be
Oh,
washing yourself.
true.
Should
Yes.
you be doing it every day, every other day? Are you going to be like one of those celebrities who I don't know if you remember this, but there was like several months where like every celebrity was just outing themselves as like, I never clean myself unless I see wavy stink lines.
I vaguely remember that.
It's like, well, I would never talk about that in an interview. What are you doing?
No, weird choice.
Yeah. Or like our whole family never showers. I don't get it. But I think that's so I don't know how often you're supposed to use conditioner, because I'm sure some people say, use it every day when you're washing your hair, or never use it, or use it once a week, or like, who knows?
Who knows? It should say on the packaging.
Yes,
So it probably does.
should. Yeah, probably. But there's a lot of really tiny, tiny font on a lot of these packages.
Yeah. What's I wrote something. What did my shampoo? Yeah, it's that the bottle says lather, rinse, repeat. That's kind of what all shampoo bottles say. But it's just like endlessly. Just-
Also, like if we're gonna have a 3-in-1 men's 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, and conditioner,
yeah.
why not just go a step further and make it like the men's 5-in-1 shower,
Yeah.
I don't know, shower liquid.
Yeah.
That's body wash, shampoo, conditioner, water, and a towel.
It's also drinkable. I can't think of a single shampoo company. L'Oreal. Who makes men's? I don't know. Axe. Fucking
what
potable, potable shampoo.
What soap? What body wash and shampoo does Evan Cox use?
Evan Cox uses soap. Sometimes I'll have body wash, but I just finished a thing of body wash, and I don't know. I often just use soap.
Use like the bar of soap.
Yeah, bar soap.
Okay.
Whatever you call it, loofah thingy, scrubber. No shampoo for this guy. Ain't got no hair. And then I wash the beard with my face wash and beard oil.
Wonderful.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. I have like Dial shampoo, I think.
Nice.
Or maybe it's Dove. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't think it's a company where They have to change the packaging for dudes so that
Of
dudes will buy it.
course.
It's got to be in a gray bottle, otherwise, like, I am
I
not touching that.
I distinctly remember the time when I realized it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And finding like, because the thing is, like, women do this with deodorant, where a lot of actually, I think both everybody's doing this with deodorant. None of it fucking matters, and a lot of men prefer the smell of women's deodorant. A lot of women prefer the smells of men's deodorant, and there's a bigger variety of smells in men's deodorant. So I've known a lot of women that use men's deodorant. It's all stupid.
I mean, I also, just to go back, I do use Old Spice body wash, and
Oh,
I my girlfriend excuse me, my fiance
close one.
was I had shown her all of The Office, and in return she showed me all of Sex in the City.
Oh, I thought
And
you were talking about like an office in the apartment or something.
yeah,
I showed her all of the
it.
office.
But
Got it.
in Sex in the City, the women all were bashing men who use Old Spice.
Really?
And I was like, was the brand a different place in the early 2000s than it is now? I have no idea.
I don't know. A lot of people love Old Spice. I use their deodorant.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes.
And so I don't know. Please, listeners, reach out to us if the women
gross.
of Sex in the City, for all of is that accurate to how women feel, or was that just another one of those women's problematic opinions from the early 2000s?
Let us know if the women of 1999 were onto something that's still relevant.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But there are a lot of it's so bizarre to me, like that company. I guess it's this isn't necessarily a company that um like changes their product for men,
Yeah.
but like those companies, dude wipes or whatever,
Sure,
that are
yeah.
like, oh man, you can only buy this product if you're a dude. Any other wipe, that's for ladies. This one comes in black, boys.
There's so much, like, yeah, it's changed men's product packaging. Like, Axe in the like early 2000s was that vibe of like, oh, if you're making
Right.
men's product, it's got to be, I don't know, extreme for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
or just
totally.
like all black, cold, manly. And now it's like a lot of nature stuff, but B, just like, it's fucking taint brush. Like, it's just something kind of gross. Like,
Yeah.
This is ball wipes. Like, I'm like reaching to try to come up with something
like
outrageous.
Towels.
These are all things that exist. Like, nothing I've said is out of the ordinary. These are all general products. I've even got one of the trimmers. Manscaped. Trim your pubes, bro. But I've got their nose hair trimmer, which I'm like, why is this? Why is this a men's thing? But hey, it's fucking fantastic. It's quiet, so I can use it to trim my ear holes, trim my ear hairs,
ear holes,
because I'm old and gross and hairy, and not make myself go deaf. But not to take away from that, but I do want to say, on the flip side of that, when I was working at Walgreens, we always got a kick out of the shit that companies would package for women. And my favorite fucking thing, because we'd always joke, it's like, oh, I mean, just women's razors in general is kind of just like, these are the same. It's just razors.
But they're pink.
But they're pink. And Bic, the very same company, 1 year put out a pen for women. It was a pink Bic pen that literally said "for women" on it, and I'm like,
oh my god,
this is like, if I can't find the humor in this, this is like so fucking stupid and kind of gross and just a dumb way to make extra money off of whatever you're branching into that what's the word I'm looking for, market, I guess, women. But like, it's the funniest fucking it's like, I laughed so hard when I saw that. I'm like, who in the world sees this and goes, that's a pen for me? I've gotta have it. I've gotta have a women's pen. My hands are smaller. Oh, it's so weird. Ugh, fucking marketing. It's good shit for comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just, I mean, not that we need to talk too much about dumb corporate decisions, but
is that an episode?
it might be, but I'll just say before I forget, if we ever do that episode, but my fiance, she got an email, her whole company or branch of her company got an email from somebody who has a very cushy job. This white blonde lady sent out an email to celebrate Black History Month.
Sure.
Which so far, hey, great.
Yeah.
But in the email, she quotes the I Have a Dream speech.
Oh.
But attributes it to Booker T. Washington.
Oh, goals. That is, can't beat that. That is comedy. There is one way to beat that, and that would be to attribute it to Booker T and the MGs. Oh, God, that is so funny. How do you get through daily life? I'm going to take that to flip. You're talking dumb corporate decisions. And this is maybe one great corporate decision and one questionable one. This is my other how you doing that I've been holding that is package related. And I want your opinion on this. Great. So, the company is called Sweetwater. They are a music company. So I've been right now, my big project has been like, I do all my own mixing of my music and whatever the fuck I'm working on. I've built my own acoustic panels. I got new stands for my speakers. I got a little power thing to plug all of my stuff into one power. So if there's a surge, my computer and shit doesn't die, et cetera, et cetera. This is what I ended up spending most of that, my winnings on. And a soldering iron, unrelated. But anyways, most of that came from Sweetwater. They're like they're definitely smaller, but I would call them like the Amazon of music companies, where it's like they're number one on the charts. they're where you're going if you want to buy a guitar or whatever the fuck. So I'd known them for a long time, but had never bought anything from them because music shit's expensive. So I only buy it if I win money. But, I bought the stuff, and it came in several different packages over, a few weeks, whatever. In the package, there's a note. It's not a handwritten note, but it is a printed out note from the owner of the company thanking me for shopping with them. Every single package had one of these with a handwritten signature. And I look close. It's not a print. So I don't know if it was his signature or just the person in charge of sending out those packages, but someone signed this. And I was like, well, that's a nice little personal touch for such a big company. And in the box, you take the product out. What's that at the bottom? A little bag of candy.
Yes.
Because they're sweet. Sweetwater gives you sweets. Every single box had a little bag of candy. And it's easy because it's not like, a package of Skittles. It's borderline the candy a lot of people don't want out of their Halloween bags. But it's candy I like. There's Tootsie Rolls. There's, what do you call them? shit. They come in the tube. They're the little, not tube.
Smarties?
Smarties, yes. There's Smarties, Tootsie Rolls, Atomic Fireballs, the little root beer barrels. I'm down. I'm down for this shit. So every single package I got a little handful of candy. I'm like, this rules. That's the packaging side of it. The unpackaging side of it is a week later, I got a text that was from one of their representatives. I was like, hey man, how's that thing going that you bought? I'm like, it's good. It's good, man. Thanks. And he responded, what you gonna do with it? And so at this point, I'm like, this feels like, just a corporate thing where it's like,
sure,
there was like a survey or whatever. So I was just like, oh, I got this type of cable I'm trying to get because my electronic drums aren't working super well. I was trying to replace a cable, get them working again. Cool, man. Like, conversational. And I looked it up, and they will do this. Like, it doesn't matter if you keep buying from them. If you stop after a while, they might text you again. Just be like, hey, man, how have you been? I'm like, you know what? You had me at the candy. I'm not sure how I feel about this anymore. I feel like the texts are, because I'm wrapping it back in, the texts are affecting how much I love the packaging.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
tough.
may have mentioned this a couple years ago when I had bought some ornaments off of Etsy.
Yeah,
and the person that packaged them had like put a little like personalized note in there and put like some Starburst in there.
Great.
Loved it.
Gave
them a glowing review, and they were like, thank you so much for the glowing review. Here's a discount code for the next time you buy something from here. And I was like, I don't really need any of your products, but that's fine.
Got the thing.
I hope that gets you more business or whatever. But yeah, I do like those little personal touches because it does it makes you feel so special.
Yeah.
And it's less of a cold economical transaction.
Totally.
But if that Etsy person was like constantly contacting me, like, how do you like those ornaments?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Christmas time again. Did you bring out those ornaments?
Totally.
I'd be like, no, thank you.
Block.
Yeah, block for sure. Easy block.
It's a weird choice, but it's like, I get, because when I was looking into other people, why other people complaining about it or talking about it, some people were saying like, oh, it's actually super nice because I bought this like big complicated thing or like a synth that I had never hooked up in this way before. And they're like super knowledgeable and they'll call and they can walk you through stuff, help you out with stuff. Like their customer service is amazing. I'm like, cool.
That's great.
I bought a cable.
Yeah.
I've got it covered. Yeah. Troublesome.
This doesn't have anything to do with packages, but speaking of unwanted texts, I got one this morning.
Yeah.
From a number that I don't have saved.
Uh-oh.
And it's just, how are you? Are you still in Arizona?
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one. It's from an area code assigned to New York.
Okay.
Which is suspicious. I guess, kind of know a couple people who live in New York.
Yeah.
But I would think that they know that I either don't still live in Arizona or, like, I can't think of any reason that any of them would have to text me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to respond. Should I be like, no, I am not? Who is this? Or because my guess is that it's like a scam, or as my fiance suggested, it's a political thing that's like, you still live in Arizona, you gotta vote for the blah blah blah.
We haven't seen you vote recently. in Arizona. That's always tough. I will admit I get I can't let those go because it happens. Because I got a new phone, I don't know, a year ago, maybe a little less than a year. So I still have, like, I transferred numbers over, but it didn't seem to work 100%. Like, I lost a few numbers. So every now and every few months or so, someone will text, and I always respond essentially with a new phone, who dis, but more eloquent.
New phone, who this?
New phone, who art thou?
New phone, declare thyself.
As answer the question, be like, no, sorry, I got a new phone and I don't have this number in my phone. Who ya? Who ya? But I gotta know. I can't just let it go and assume it's spam.
Right. That's kind of where I'm stuck too.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what I usually do that I haven't done is just Google the phone number and see if it's associated to spam things.
Yeah. That'll do it. And
that'll do it, pig.
Will help wrap this episode into a nice little package.
That's right, Evan.
Was that a speeding car that just went?
It sure was.
That was loud as fuck.
It was loud as fuck.
I think it was picked up on the microphones, and that's exciting.
Oh, there they go again. Drive through that school zone.
And I get it. If you're listening to How Do We Human and you're like, I gotta get somewhere to leave a review. Hop in that car, get there as fast as you can to your nearest review leaving center. Because, I'm just giving
Spotify headquarters. I need to leave a review, please.
Genuinely, please do. I would love that. Can we storm Spotify and
any Amazon warehouse?
Get them to put our Christmas episodes back up. I was wrapping up, but did we learn anything? I don't know if we did. Packaging is frustrating.
If you're a woman, you need a separate pen.
You need a separate pen. It's the only way to get around. You're listening to How Do We Human. And wherever you're listening to it, you're doing a great job. But if you don't know where you're listening to it currently, or you're not going to have access to this later, you can just go to howdowehuman.com. It's all there. All the links are there too. But you can find us on Apple Music. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Podbean, etc. All the best to our little pretties. Leave us a review. Leave us a rating. These things help us. If you like us, fucking help us. If you don't want to leave a review because that's scary, we get it. We're here for you. We're scared of everything. But leaving a rating is not scary. You could just click that 5 stars because, baby, we're worth it. You could also, reach out to us on social media. Talk to us. We talk back. Not in a mean, sassy way.
Yeah, we talk back.
We talk back. We're not clapping back at you. We're just having nice little conversations. You little pretties. I'm gonna call you.
We're clapping
little
because
pretties.
we're so excited. Yes. Someone's talking to us.
You can find us over on the old Instagram at How Do We Human.
We got that handle.
You can find us. We passed it by last time, so I'm going to keep passing it by. We're never going to fucking mention it again. You can find us on Facebook.
Don't tweet those tweets.
You can find us on Facebook at How Do We Human.
I don't think you're ready for that handle.
You can find us over on YouTube. Full episodes over there, baby. And that is at How Do We Human.
Gotta get that handle.
And you can leave us an email. That's howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's animal.
Woo! A little spin on it.
Spin.
I liked it.
Thank you.
One, and this is not an option to all of you. One of our listeners gave me a call the other day because he's an old friend of mine. So, listener Alex, good old buddy, I got a correction. I got corrected.
Ooh.
I got straightened the fuck
the
out.
worst kind of call.
This went all the way back to Christmas. We did an episode about silence. We were talking about Silent Night to tie it back into Christmas.
Yeah, Holy Night.
And I was singing it. And I said, I find most of the song boring, but once it gets to the fall on your knees part, it's banging. That is not Silent Night.
Is that Joy to the World?
That
What
is
is it?
And now I'm going to fuck it up again.
Yeah.
Oh, Holy Night.
Get another call.
Oh, no. Fall. Let me Google. Fall on your knees. Christmas song. Is... Oh, God, there's a Christmas song called Fall on Your Knees. It must be Christmas. I don't know. Oh, it is Oh, Holy Night. So I was course corrected that whole episode. I was talking about it being Silent Night. I was wrong. That's Oh, Holy Night. And I feel like a fool. And I'm sorry I let you down on Christmas. It'll never happen again, little pretties.
Little pretties.
Chris.
We also, if I may, jump in here and say we got a recent Instagram comment from Morgan
nice.
Lee Petrovich, who
Hey.
says she listened to an episode a while back where you guys talked about hiking in Washington and mentioned the Poo Poo Point Trail, where you get to the top and then can watch people hang glide off the mountain. I was visiting there recently and went to that trail, and it was awesome. Got to the top right before a guy took off. Thanks for the tip.
Hell yeah.
See, little pretties.
Look at you.
You learn stuff on this podcast.
And I'm not going to do it. I was going to say, I'm going to live respond to it, but I'm like, I wouldn't be able to think. But I'm going to respond to that because that was me. I love Poo Poo
Of course
Point.
it was. Anything that's related to Washington is going to be Evan.
Hey, that's a great hike. I'm glad you made it out there, Morgan. That was your name? Yes?
Yep.
Morgan. Hell yeah. Good for you. More people. Washingtonians. People visiting Washington. Don't be scared off by the name Poo Poo Point.
I mean, speaking of a bad package, that's not a great way to package a nature experience.
Yeah. Also, don't get lost. There is a point you can take a wrong turn. Don't do that.
Ooh.
Stick to those signs.
Yeah, and the rivers and the lakes
Anyways.
that you're used to. Yes, Evan.
Chris.
Uh-huh.
How you doing?
Well, as promised, me dear boy, I am proud to announce the debut of my new electronic music duo.
Whoa.
Two guys in presidential masks. I hope you're ready to check out Taft Punk.
Oh. Great.
I will announce tour dates soon, but if you like electronic music with a splash of US history, then you'll love Taft Punk.
I mean, a splash of Point Break. Two
Yeah,
guys in
that too.
presidential masks.
Yeah.
If you like Point Break and Daft Punk,
You're gonna love Taft
you're
Punk.
gonna love Daft Punk.
Evan, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Well, I've had a thought, more just a recommendation. You know, there's a level of like in civilization when we're figuring out these social constructs. You know, who makes the rules? And it's like no one makes the rules. We all kind of decide as a group. And I want to throw this out to be like, this makes sense. We've gotten loosey goosey with the word a bunch.
Sure.
You know, we call like what was the number? How many people was it that stormed the Capitol? I don't know, a bunch. That's too many. You know, we found out like, oh, people consider a few to be an exact number. A few means 3. I don't like it, but there that is. I think 4 can be a few. Let's be reasonable with that one. But I'm saying a bunch, we got to reel it back a little bit. Once the number gets that big, you know, you round up. If it's a weird specific number, round up. It sounds more impressive,
Right.
and it's easier to remember. I think a bunch needs to be dictated by the banana.
Not the grape.
Not the grape. You think of a grape bunch before a
Yes,
banana
I do.
bunch? This is madness.
I absolutely think of
This
a
is-
bunch of grapes. Yes.
This is Sparta.
Of course.
And madness.
And
And it
madness.
will be an Instagram poll. What do you think of first? A bunch of grapes or a bunch of bananas? Banana bunches for me. A bunch of grapes. That's too many grapes. But how many bananas can you fit in a bunch? That's the max. If you've seen a bunch of bananas that was like 200 bananas,
Then you can still use a bunch.
you can still use a bunch.
Okay.
But it's personal to each person, and you need proof.
Okay.
Take a picture of that banana, keep it on your phone forever, save it to your favorites, pull it out when needed, and then just go live your life.
Yeah. I feel like bananas. I don't even know if bananas would come in second for me.
What the fuck?
I think Marky Mark and the Funky
Oh
Bunch
my
is
God.
number 2 after grapes.
Marky Mark and the Banana Bunch. Never got as much shine, but
No.
I
Well,
found them very appealing.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyways.
Like potassium.
Was this a slow reel into okay bye?
No, that was me saying K, which of course, as we all know, is the letter for potassium, of which bananas have a plenty.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Bye. I'm not going to stop recording because I do want to ask you this. I'm not saying it's going in the episode, but it could.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, because I've always had
Yes.
this. Where did you where is that fact planted in your, not where in your brain, but like, why do you know about potassium in bananas as well as you do? Because everyone knows it very well, and I have a very specific reason that I know it, and I'm curious about other people if anyone had the same experience as me.
I can't think of any reason why I know it.
Okay.
I would imagine it's just like when we were learning about the periodic table, you get to potassium, and teachers are like, hey, some of these elements, they're hard to relate to you. Like, I can oxygen, and you breathe, so like that, that you know what that is. You know that some of these work together to create water. You know what water is. Potassium, hey, that's bananas.
Now that's bananas.
That's bananas.
I know it. I remember learning it distinctly from Honey, We Shrunk the Kids, Part 3.
All right,
Some
I
kid
definitely did
almost-
not learn it from that.
Some kid almost died, and they were like, he needs potassium. Potassium's in bananas. And I gave him a banana, and he lived. And I never forgot that fact. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.